53 years ago today, Rosa Parks greatly advanced the cause of civil rights with a single dignified act. She refused to stand. The year was 1955 when the seamstress quietly explained to a Montgomery, Alabama bus driver, James Blake, that she would not give up her seat for a white passenger. It was the year my parents were married, and I wasn't born until nearly a decade later, but I always knew about Rosa Parks, the mother of the civil rights movement. Her story and that of the Montgomery bus boycott that followed was part of the context of my childhood. Children today can only imagine that time when black people were forced to sit at the back of the bus, to drink from separate water fountains, to swim in separate pools and beaches, and of course to attend separate schools. Segregationists insisted that such separation could be equal, but we all now know what the U.S. Supreme Court decided in 1954, that separate can never be equal. It was a lesson Rosa Parks, in all her wisdom, understood implicitly. She was arrested for her dignified act of defiance, but her courage is a lesson to us all, to right a wrong when we see it, to stand for what is moral and decent, and to speak out against injustice. Rosa Parks died in 2005, and she was 93 years old. After the bus boycott, she continued her crusade at the side of great civil rights leaders of the day. But had she never done anything else, her example proves that a single act of courage can change the world. And that's the last word.
Gathering in downtown Grand Rapids right now, but it's not for our prize. You're seeing the site where a civil rights activist is being honored today. In 24 News 8's Danny Carlson's live in Rosa Parks Circle with more on that. Danny?
Brett and Emily, the official dedication ceremony for the Rosa Parks sculpture just got underway a few minutes ago. Before that, there was a choir singing. You can already see dozens of people have packed into Rosa Parks Circle today. They're expecting about 300 people to show up, and they actually think that Art Prize will help bring in a larger crowd for this dedication ceremony. The big unveiling of the statue is expected to happen about 1:15 this afternoon. It will be the first statue of an African American in the city of Grand Rapids. The statue committee started planning to build the bronze and granite statue back in 2007. They ended up with a budget of more than $350,000. Some of that donated by large donors, but planners stressed a lot of that money came from regular people just giving $5 to $10 a piece. And even though Rosa Parks wasn't from Grand Rapids, organizers say she's an important figure for Grand Rapidians to recognize.
Rosa Parks, even though she was not born in Grand Rapids or lived in Grand Rapids, her act was so significant. It was an act that started a movement in this country, and it was an act that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court and helped change laws. So it is certainly befitting that she be in Grand Rapids. Because of her act, my life certainly is different. And I think the entire country's life is different.
We plan to stay here for the rest of the statue unveiling ceremony and also bring you that big unveiling when it happens about 1:15 or 1:30 today. And we'll have more on that on our website, woodtv.com, and coming up in our later newscast. For now, live in downtown Grand Rapids, Danny Carlson, 24 Hour News 8.